Hey peeps, Erin Zen Warrior signing in. I just got sent a clip by Travis Day, and love Travis Day, fellow projector, believe he lives in Bali now, puts out some really cool content, well worth a follow on everything. Speaking of following and shit, make sure you like and do all the things and share it about and comment and etc. And send me requests, questions, etc. It always stimulates more conversation. So Travis Day put out this thing about, what's it called? About not sending projectors to school. Because school is this horrible place where all the kids are unhappy and frustrated and etc. And I'm like, yeah, okay. So ideally, from another projector's perspective, ideally, no one goes to school. Fascists designed school. School is about turning your creative, bubbly, energetic, frisky, beautiful children into good factory workers with no creativity. And that has been studied, right? So ideally, we don't send anyone to school. We actually encourage people to play and create in the world and find things of interest to them specifically, from which they can then go about researching it and feeling out who should teach them. I mean, we live in the information age, for God's sake. We are now in a time when you can pick who you learn from. And there's so many different ways to learn. I mean, I'm about to enroll in yet another course. I'm a 1-3, I'm a projector. We're all about the learning. But I feel Travis Day really spoke from his position of his own trauma at school, which I totally understand. Any of us that have gone to school as projectors kind of like it because we can learn shit, kind of hate it because it churns out factory people. We don't like it for us. We don't like it for anybody else. And also everyone's being forced, really. It's like, you got to turn up, you got to sit still, you got to do this. For manifesting generators, it's awful, right? So, school sucks. However, projectors went to school with generators and manifestors and reflectors because projectors are here to unpick your conditioning. Projectors are here to set you free. So I've titled this, Projectors Are the Sacrificial Lamb. Projectors are, in the weirdest way, kind of like, we're kind of using them like a Christ for people who are still alive, right? It's like, oh, if you come into my aura, I'm going to condition you. You're going to absorb all my conditioning. And yes, you get to take on my energy. You get to amplify my energy. I better turn the car off. You get to amplify my energy, but you also get to eat all my conditioning, good, bad, and ugly, right? And that's really lovely. But of course, it's why projectors get the sickest the quickest. You know, Ra used to say, and we quote it all the time, when you're a projector, you need to pick and choose the people that you swim around wisely because you are going to eat them energetically. It's cannibalism and you are what you eat. So when someone is unhealthy, when someone is heavily depressed, when someone is energetically really fucked up or low, we get to eat all of that and amplify all of it. And in a way, we absorb it and become it. And so, and here's the thing, and here's the point about school. Projectors are actually the most extreme example of this because our aura is penetrative and absorbing, and we are designed for the other. So we're really interested in the other person, more so than we actually are or should be in ourselves. There are exceptions to the rule, of course. There are people who can be quite out of design and can end up really obsessed with themselves because they are so fucking traumatized, right? But because we are drawn to and interested in the other, we are going to end up getting conditioned because, see, conditioning is not bad or good. It's just conditioning. It's just an experience. It becomes problematic when you start using the conditioning you've absorbed off someone else to make your decisions from, right? I'm an emotional projector. I'm meant to get out of aura, detox myself a bit, and allow myself to go through my emotional wave to gather data. When I start using the quick yes or no, the pros and cons list, whatever other conditioning bullshit we have out there, being in the moment and being spontaneous, which is not for an emotional being at all, whether you're a projector or a manifester or in anything else. Emotional beings are not in the moment. The rule is no truth in the now, right? So a projector that is emotional, for example, which of course I am, and that's the majority of people are emotional, comes to teach other emotional people, slow down, take your time, no truth in the now, right? Someone who is splenic comes to teach people how to move with instinct, how to move with intuition. But a projector comes to show you how to step outside of conditioning. And we do that by a process of going from conditioned to unconditioned. So what I'm ultimately saying is, in order for me to set someone else free, I must understand the conditioning they've gone through. If I've never met their type of conditioning before, I am going to absorb it off them and over time start to bring awareness to and witness to it, and even have to process some of it myself. One of the ways that happens for me is sometimes I take on the physical pain of others and then have to work it out of my body. And then I'm able to work it out of theirs. Then I'm able to understand it better. It's a bit of a crash course in body mechanics, especially when I've done my very best to learn most of it anyway. But with really sticky stuff I haven't experienced before, that's quite often what happens to me. And then I have to work through it for the other. Well, here's the thing about projectors, especially of this cross of planning age, going into school, is we got to experience the frustration and the anger of all the students around us. And we got to realize on some level, even though we probably enjoyed the learning, because projectors are here to learn systems and then help others with their system, what we also got to learn was about this incredible conditioning machine of school and how fucked up it is. We also got to see benefits, but ultimately we got to see that first conditioning layer that really steals creativity from all human beings. And so it's funny when Travis goes, please don't put your projectors there. It's like, we were there because that was what we were using in the time. And in order for a projector to understand how to set someone free who has been deeply conditioned by school, which was designed to screw you up, designed to condition you into the wah, into socialism, into being complicit to your own imprisonment and enjoying your golden handcuffs, we had to experience it too. Because projectors only learn how to help you by going through it. And we go through it in an amplified way. So unfortunately, yes, projectors go to school and it's worse for them in some ways, right? And they get more conditioned by it. And breaking out of that is more. But because projectors are non-energy types and ultimately will pay with their bodies and their health, they learn or they die. Or they get very sick and downtrodden. So, and this is the same as to when a projector comes into your aura and you go through what we call an auric cycle with a projector, which is a meeting where they actually start helping you transform. Just by being in your presence, they don't even have to say anything, but they probably will, if they're clever, ask you the right questions or make the right comments. If they're practiced or their third eye is quite open or whatever it is. But they are still going to go through a conditioning process of penetrating into you, absorbing from you. If they're not familiar with some of that conditioning, it's going to become part of their life for the next however long it takes them to unpick it all. And then they're going to show you how to unpick your shit, so that you can be free. See, in order for us to get free of socialism, projectors were born into it in 1781 and have been picking their way through the controlling systems. It's why Sadhguru went to university and spent all his time sitting on his motorbike and sitting on a rock and didn't go to class. It's why Osho never went to class. He never went to school in the way that we did, right? But he read everything. So I hear Travis Day, and I actually do agree with him. It's total torture to put projectors into a lot of these environments. But actually, we are the support system for the future as the support systems crumble. And we are kind of the sacrificial lamb. In order for you guys to get free, we have to go through the prison and work out how to pick the fucking lock and then help you out at the same time. And so whilst I agree with him on one level, on another level, I'm like, it was necessary for projectors to be where everybody else was. Otherwise, how could we possibly understand or have the desire to show you the conditioning nature of school or anything else in this reality? Have a great day. Erin Zen Warrior signing out. Like, follow, comment, do all the things, share it around, and I will see you on the upside. Bye.